Hi all, Neki here. So today, well not today, a couple of days back, I just haven't had time to have a look at it yet. I got my CNC machine back. Now I decided to upgrade the spindle drive because it's been inadequate for quite some time. These machines working with like metals, they do it, but they do it very slowly. Beforehand there was this, what we got, about 160 watts? Yeah, 160 watt dentist drill arrangement that hooked up to this head that was on here. Now, I did do some minor upgrades to this. It had originally two bearings, one on each side, an aluminium sort of like sleeve in the middle, and it tended to drag the bits. So what I did was I put even more ball bearings in here, and it didn't drag the bits anymore. However, that created resistance, and this little spindle drive couldn't take it. So 160 watts is out the door. What I've put in its place, or what I'm putting in its place, is this puppy. This thing is an 800 watt drive with water cooling. You can see here the ports for the water cooling. All good. I had my machinist friend make this up for me, so it'll attach to here, not a problem. I've already done all the testing. The machine happily raises and lowers with this in place, so I'm very happy about that. The other really cool thing is, if you have a look at the chucks, this only does up to about 3 millimeters, where this does a hell of a lot more. It's got multiple heads, so I can go right down to small sizes and up again. I haven't got those out at the moment. I shall have a look for them a little later. This also has, I think, 4 ball bearings inherently, so it's a lot more stable and tight than this one could ever be. Now, as for the water cooling, I decided to go on PC case gear and get myself a radiator, and yeah, why not, we'll do a bit of an unboxing here. So I can hold the camera and do this. Alright, so we've got a radiator in here. Let me put this down for a second. I know. Alright, there we go. So here's our little radiator that I'm probably going to hook a fan into. And I also have, which is also really cool, is there anything in there? There's bits in there, I'll have a look at that later. The other really cool thing I got is my water reservoir and pump. So this is an all-in-one job. It runs off 12 volts, so that's pretty much plug it into the computer and she goes. Alright, so yep, you got your little reservoir level, pumps inside. There's your in and outlet. Figure out which one's which in a minute, and that's where you plug it in. All good. So that's going to go and into being the cooling system for our drive. Now, only other issue is this thing runs on 24 volts and this runs on 12, so I'm just going to have to plug this into a computer and have it switch on as soon as the computer comes on, or I might hook up one of the relays for the breakout board for this thing. Anyway, so that's my CNC machine at the moment. We'll well, I'll probably make another video when I've got all of this part installed. I still have to wire this bad boy up. There's a whole drive system that hooks up to this as well, so I'll probably take some video of that. Alright then. So I'm going to take a little moment to sort of display how I'm going to line this up. I got a series of metal squares, and I'd say they're level enough. And this I'll lower down because it's loose at the moment. I'll lower it down until it sits on top of them, and then I will assume that it is level enough to work with. Now some of you might say that yeah, it's not really that good, but to me it's going to be good enough for the moment. I just want to get this thing working. Okay, so we can see the level there if I zoom in. The level of the housing, I mean not the housing, the mount is pretty much spot on with the bed. The level with the spindle drive housing up here, however, indicates that it is slightly clockwise. So, just zoom back out. So, what I'm going to end up doing is probably put a larger end mill bit in here, and I'll level it to the base like that. There are probably better ways of doing this, but this is a cheap Chinese machine after all. I don't expect to get down to 1/1000th of a millimeter with it. If I can get a 100th of a millimeter, I'll probably be happy with what I do. So, I will leave it there for the moment.